auction property gone wrong. This is why you need to be a pro if you're going to buy a property from auction without looking at the inside of the property. This property looks stunning. It's beautiful. But let me show you all the things that could have gone wrong, went gone wrong on this property. Let's go inside. Guys, not all auctions are the same. There are two types of auctions. One is the sheriff sale, also known as a trustee sale, where you're buying a property without seeing the inside of it. You're just looking at the outside. You don't know if it's occupied. It may not be occupied. There may be, 10 people and 18 dogs living in there. You have no idea. Or you can buy a property online auctions. The most dangerous place was where this was bought, which is the sheriff sale. So now you know that if you're buying a property there, you don't see inside, and guess what you have to do? You have to pay all cash right then and there within 24 hours of the auction, and you don't even get the deed for 30 days. So the biggest issue with this property was kind of this wall here. What had happened was that the water is one of the biggest culprits in the Midwest, especially Chicagoland area. The foundation doesn't go bad because of the soil. The reason we have foundation problems is because improper water management, meaning all the water was coming here and it penetrates right by the foundation, and in winter it freezes. And guess what happens? Starts playing havoc with the foundation. So this entire wall had to be rebuilt. The whole property had to be jacked up by almost 5.5 to 6 inches. This was one of the major problems, and people are like, well, how did this guy not catch it, Andrew? Weren't you coaching him? Weren't you teaching him? Guys, some of these things, right? You can catch most of the things, but guess what? Because from the outside it looked okay, from the inside is where there was a mess and the people had not taken care of it. There was no way of knowing. And at that time, the property was completely occupied, so you really couldn't be trespassing on somebody else's property because there were people here. And so basically this was one of the biggest problems. This problem, including trying to solve the main sewer line, getting taken care of the whole entire thing, including a lot of the fixes that they had to do on the patio, all the concrete work, all the work inside the garage, that itself added almost $35,000 to the budget. So that was problem number one, and probably the most major problem in this particular property. So because of this wall and all the damage, this entire floor had to be redone in the garage. This whole thing was kind of coming down because there was a huge pitch for the bedroom upstairs. So in the bedroom upstairs, when you're walking, you're kind of almost getting vertigo because there was that bad a pitch. Also, it created a problem number two. So problem number two was that because of all the moisture that was coming in, this entire lower level had to be completely redone. So ended up that Yuri ended up adding a bathroom, which I think he did a beautiful job. Adding a nice full bathroom increases value in a property like this where there's a limited amount of square footage. He made 2 extra bedrooms here. So this kind of ended up costing more money because now you had to go do more remediation, some other stuff, things that people get really, really scared of. Actually, there's nothing to be that scared of that, but he did a beautiful job. Maybe some of these things are a little extra, but certainly while he was at it, he was going to do the work. And then this kind of turned into a extra laundry room, and you have the furnace and everything in the next room over there, and that was pretty much it. But because of the amount of water damage that the property had, because years of water penetration, you ended up spending a lot more money to clean all of those things up. And so that was the problem number 2. Problem number 3. We're on the main floor of the house, and once all the outside work was done, now the entire pitch that kind of showed up here because of the foundation problem, because of water penetration, now this had to be fixed. So in this room, including the floor, including kind of the ceiling, this whole area, and the room next to it, both of them had a really severe pitch that really made you feel kind of vertigo when you were walking into the property. So that entire thing had to be re-leveled, redone, and of course, the whole room had to be repainted, patched, that sort of thing. So that was the big 3 places where a lot of money was spent in this house besides the normal rehab that the house needed. Number 4 was the rest of the rehab. That was something that that was expected, because for a property like this, which is a split level house with this location, this type of square footage, you should be spending about $55,000 to $65,000 depending on the condition of the property. So if we take an average rehab on a property like this, where you're doing new plumbing, new electrical, not all of it, but you're doing a fair amount of new plumbing, new electrical, and you're putting a new kitchen in, you're putting kind of new fixtures, the whole 9 yards. Your budget should be somewhere in that ballpark. So in this particular case, it went up from $60,000 to almost $110,000. So almost $40,000, $50,000 unaccounted expenses that could not have been known. A lot of times when you see my videos, when you see things like, oh my God, Andrew gets all these great deals. Guys, listen, this is investing. It's like running a business. In any business, not every single thing goes perfectly. But what is the difference? What is the difference between somebody who has experience, right, and somebody who is a novice, or a pro and a novice? See, the difference is with a novice, things can happen and then they go, oh my God. And that may cause them to go out of business. For somebody who's experienced, somebody who's a pro, right, we're gonna have to deal with it. These are business problems, and sometimes it's gonna happen, but 9 out of 10 times you're buying properties with huge margins. And once in a while, you're gonna end up with a property, you're gonna still have to redo it, even though you may not make that much money. So let's look at the numbers. So on this particular property was bought for about $240,000. That was the purchase price. It was supposed to be cost $240,000 plus other costs for rehab, for carrying costs, about $310,000. Ended up in reality that now Yuri has already spent almost $360,000, $370,000 in this property. Is this a complete bust? No, it's not, because this is a great location that he's in. It's an A area. He can rent this particular property for almost $3,300. So he's going to be okay, but he should have been great. One of the biggest things whenever you're buying a auction property is, number one, you don't know the condition of the property. Number two, you don't know the occupancy status of the property. And then number three is you don't know the title. See, the title, we can run the title, make sure all that is good. But a problem which is not evident right from the outside, something like a foundation problem, just happened to me on one property. Hasn't happened in about 8-9 years almost. But guess what? We had two of them. One was Yuri's property, one was property that I bought. And sometimes auctions do go wrong. So does that mean, oh my God, I don't buy? No, you can buy properties at auctions, but you certainly need to have experience. And this property was bought at a number where it still made sense. That's the biggest learning lesson, is that if you know what you're doing and you buy at the right number, you are planning for some things to go wrong, because there are certain unknowns that happen with auction properties. You want to learn more, you want to learn the realities of what it takes to become a real estate investor and be successful at it, go to andrewholmesrealestate.com. That's andrewholmesrealestate.com. Every single week, we do free meetings. You come in person or you show up online. And the best part is, every single week we cover a different topic. So make sure you join, like, share with your friends, and we'll talk to you soon.